there's a company that's really, really hot right now. It's called Cynk Technology. Excuse me. It's CYNK Technology. It's a social networking company. So we all know how popular those are nowadays. Quote, as of Thursday morning, the stock had soared more than 30,000% in less than a month, shooting from 6 cents on June 16th to $18.21 Thursday morning, taking Cynk's market value from about $17 million to more than $5 billion. So that makes it worth more than AOL or JetBlue and a whole bunch of big-time companies, which, you know, those two, for example, are valued at about $3 billion. So it's almost double. It's almost double what AOL and JetBlue are worth. So what exactly does Cynk do? Well, Huffington Post explains, quote, Cynk Technology, formerly known as IntroBuzz, runs a website called IntroBiz. IntroBiz is apparently a marketplace where you may both buy and sell the ability to socially connect to individuals such as celebrities, business owners, and talented IT professionals. So on their website, they have pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio and Angelina Jolie and other really famous celebrities. So that's all fine and dandy, but I still don't really know what that means. Maybe you were able to get something out of that. I certainly wasn't. And apparently, the people over at Business Insider and Huffington Post agree with me, and they didn't really understand that either. So they looked further into it. And now stuff gets pretty awkwardington. Quote, Cynk is headquartered in Belize, but was incorporated in Nevada in 2008. Its main contact number is in a Miami area code. The company warned the Securities and Exchange Commission in March that it wouldn't be able to file its annual report on time this year. A man named Marlon Luis Sanchez is the company's president, chief executive officer, chief financial officer, chief accounting officer, secretary, and treasurer. Okay. Also, according to Cynk's most recent quarterly financials, the company has no revenue. What it does have is $39 in assets and nearly $52,000 in liabilities. It loses money every year. So it appears as if Cynk Technology may not even, what's that word I'm looking for? Exist. Doesn't exist. Either the entire company is what's called a pump and dump scheme, or, as Huffington Post puts it, quote, we live in a world where a Kickstarter for potato salad raises $44,000 and counting, and a car service called Uber is worth $17 billion. So who are we to judge who buys what in such a crazy world that we live in? So the SEC, upon reading the same articles that I did to prepare for the segment I'm doing for you right now, they decided to halt trading. So they had to rely on the media. The SEC, a government regulatory agency, had to rely on the media to get their information. Here's a question. Shouldn't you guys be out ahead on this issue? I know, crazy. You think maybe the fact that they're so slow to do these things has something to do with the fact that they oftentimes get paid by the businesses they're supposed to be regulating? I wonder. Now, to be clear, there's no evidence that Cynk specifically has been giving money to the SEC, and I doubt they did because they don't exist, right? But, I mean, the SEC is largely a joke. In fact, there's a video of Bernie Madoff, of all people, talking about in, the middle of the bubble, which led up to the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession. So he was around 2005 or so. He was talking about how regulation. There's no such thing as regulation. What are you, crazy? We do whatever the fuck we want. And that's the sad reality, is that the SEC, it's the old school Republican trick. What they do is they go in there and they slash funding tremendously, right? And then they got to pick up the slack somehow, so where do they get the money to continue to exist? They have to go to the industries they're supposed to be regulating. And then they take money from them, and of course that's more of a bribe to look the other way, as those companies can do whatever the fuck they want, and then inevitably they always crash the fucking economy. So it's gotten to the point, man, where the stock market specifically is a massive joke. It's a casino that we have wrongly convinced ourselves is more official and legitimate. And the bottom line is, when you read a story like this, you go, oh, this is why we actually need effective government and regulation, because without it, some schmucknuts in the middle of Boca Raton with pimples on his face can rob $5 billion from unsuspecting people. Granted, they're idiots, but nonetheless, a lot of people are idiots. That doesn't give you the right to steal $5 billion from them. So, I mean, an incredible story, man. And as low as my faith was in the U.S. economy and the stock market beforehand, it's in the negative now.